Hello, I'm Philip Stoughton from EMSNow. I'm at Electronica 2010 in Munich, and I'm joined by Mattias from Flextronics SBS. SBS stands for Special Business Services?
Special Business Solutions.
Solutions, okay. Now, in many ways, we're very used to the Flextronics name, but Flextronics SBS is much more like a smaller contract manufacturer. So I wanted to investigate really what it's like being a contract manufacturer in Europe at the moment and what the challenges are in the marketplace. We've been through some pretty tough times and we now seem to be on a ramp coming out of it. But with that ramp we have some new challenges both in terms of supply and from the customers. How's it looking from your standpoint?
Well, Philip, from our standpoint, I think the main... So first of all, we're in a very interesting position right now. So there's absolutely an ability to grow, also in Europe. We're focusing a lot on Europe. With the focus and with the potential to grow comes a couple of challenges.
Right.
One of those being supply chain. So supply chain has been tight for the last 12 months for obvious reasons. I think we all today appreciate the efforts that all the different parties of the supply chain have put in. I think we have been successful in finding solutions to mitigate the consequence of the tight supply. And I'm comfortable and confident that moving forward, we will have a more, how should I call it, positive flow of supply coming our way, which will lead to us being able to support our customers in a more efficient way.
Yeah, in a stronger way. Do you think the communication up and down the supply chain has improved? I know certainly in the tech wreck, one of the issues there was poor communications in the supply chain leading to over-inventory. Now we have inventory issues in terms of allocation. So there's a balance there in terms of risk with overstock, trying to stay lean.
Reward, absolutely. So I'd say if I compare this situation to the one that we had in the beginning of 2000, the situation that we are experiencing right now is significantly more transparent. People on all levels, in all different phases of the supply chain, are more aware of the potential risk and the liability that lies with participating in the supply chain. So to answer your question, I would say yes, I do think there's significantly better communication up and down through the supply chain. And I think this has led us to a more solid position right now. So if the market tends to go the way we want it to go, or if it should go the other way, it really doesn't matter because I think we're set to support it either way.
You have that agility.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, okay. And in terms of the facilities in Europe, in terms of the facilities for manufacturing, obviously there were some facilities that were mothballed and now are coming back out. There are facilities that were very low in terms of their usage and have now increased. How's that look from Flextronics SBS point of view?
From our point of view, I see more a move towards high-level assembly. I see more a move towards adding value by picking components from the value chain and tailoring a solution to suit the needs of our customers. So we've taken the strategic approach to move away from being more of a commodity supplier to be more of a solutions provider. We feel that this is a way for us to become more sticky with our customers and for us to, on a larger scale, add more value to our customers. Okay,
and in terms of adding value, does that mean things like design at the front end but also aftermarket services?
Philip, it can mean anything from design, industrialization, test development, production of lower volumes or higher complexity. It can mean logistics services, aftermarket services. Again, focusing on the complete value chain, identifying the components needed to tailor a solution for you as a customer. That's where we feel we can bring value.
So it's much more of a customized solution. And in terms of the markets that are growing and that are strong in Europe, which end user markets are you getting the most inquiries and interest from? And which markets do you think are your sweet spot?
It's very depending on region. So What we have done over the past 12 months is to basically split Europe into regions, and by region identify which target segments we should focus on in that specific region. So you have areas like Scandinavia, Norway, where we focus a lot on aerospace and defense. You have Germany, where we focus a lot on clean tech. We have Austria, where we focus a lot on medical business and automotive business. So it's very depending on the region. The key thing for us is to focus. That's the key word. So not only go after everything, but really identify by region where we want to approach or attack and where we can add the most value. And that region then becomes the target market for that
area. It becomes a focus very much on its own. And in terms of the kind of customers, customers seem to have started to fit into two different categories. There are those companies that have always manufactured themselves and now have too much to manufacture or are divesting themselves of their manufacturing facilities. But I think interestingly now to the supply chain we have companies, particularly in the medical sector, that have never manufactured, that are looking for a partner to do that whole project for them. Do you think those are the companies that can really benefit from the style of service you offer?
They're absolutely one of the types of companies that can benefit, but I think moving forward we will still see the whole variety of customers coming to us for different purposes. Either, as you say, to take away the peaks of their own production, or to completely remove that function from their company in an effort to optimize their own supply chain or focus on what is core to them. So it's interesting to see how what's core to a customer, how different that can be depending on which kind of segment you're working in. It's really fascinating.
Absolutely, and different segments will make different demands in terms of
they will.
In terms of legislation, in terms of regulations, all kinds of other stuff. Last question I wanted to ask you, just a kind of a side issue with respect to the supply chain. The issue of sustainability and the environment has been kind of hovering around for some time in the industry, and when we go through a downturn, those kind of green issues tend to get pushed a little bit to the background. Do you think sustainability is something that will be a differentiator in the market? Is it something that OEMs are concerned about at the moment, or are they still very much cost-driven?
I would say that nobody can or should move away from the environmental side of things. The environmental issues are key to us and to our customers, and I don't see any of our customers or competitors or anybody in the marketplace today who is deliberately trying to move away from that in order to gain a lower cost at the other end. Because what will happen is that's going to come around and bite you in the end, right? So no, I don't see that happening.
So sustainability has to be on the agenda, but it has to be done in a way that it is good to the environment, but it saves money as well.
Absolutely.
Okay, well, Mattias, thanks very much for taking the time to talk to me today. Thank you very much for your time. I hope you enjoy the rest of the show, and I hope we can talk again soon.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Take care.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.